All right, Rodger, congrats. Welcome to Buffalo. Good to have you here. And from what we understand, you've got some familiar faces, not only in terms of teammates. We know the line coach, Aaron Kromer, is a guy you're very familiar with, had some of your better seasons under him in L.A., but you know some of the guys on the team too, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I went to the Pro Bowl with Dawkins. We played next to each other. We also played with Stephon Diggs. I know of a couple other guys here, but, just knowing some of the staff, that really makes me feel good because these are people I'm going to see every day. I'm a big-time hard worker. I come in early. I'm in the weight room early in the morning. Like, it doesn't really matter with me with those types of things. So I'm just really happy I get to see a lot of familiar faces here.
You've had a long career already. You've been around the block. This will be your fourth team, right? You're with St. Louis, L.A., Tennessee.
Well, that's the same team.
I'm sorry, L.A. and St. Louis. Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
It is. It's true. I totally understand that, but, I've also had, 4 different coaches underneath, the Rams. So, it felt like a different team every time.
Yeah, so you come in, and this is when you got to this point, and you're sitting out there, you got released by Tennessee just a couple of days ago. You kind of knew you were going to be sought after.
Yeah.
Tell us about the considerations. Like, all right, what'd you tell your agents when this thing started?
Basically, I was just kind of like, all right, this is the first time I've ever been released in 13 years. So I'm like, okay, what is the best possible situation for me? I've been able to make a good amount of money, and I've been able to be around some great teams and had some great experiences. But what is going to take for me to get to that next level of being able to get a championship? When I found out that Kromer was back over here, I was just like, okay, wait a minute. All right, it might be too good to be true right now. And in fact, Kromer hit me up days later, like, hey, what's going on? What's going on with you? And I was basically like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm feeling pretty good. And, once I figured out the interest, I was like, this might be the place that we need to go. So tell my agent to make it happen, and thank God he did.
Yeah. You're not the only one to speak highly of Aaron Kromer. Eric Wood, who used to be a center here, played under him in 15 and 16. And, he's told us all about Aaron. What's the appeal for you as a player to be coached by him?
I just, once again, it's the success, man. He won't ever say it, but, he just did such a great job teaching us and just putting us all on the same plane where we were knowing exactly what we needed to do. Our communication was always on point, and we always understood everything before we went into a game. There was no confusion. So, that's a great formula for any team. And when you put people as talented as like Dawkins and Mitch, and I get to sit in between those guys, it's like, okay, this could be a recipe for a lot of great success. And then you look at the way he treats the entire offensive line room as a whole. I know it's going to be a great offensive line room. We're going to have fun doing it. We're going to enjoy work, and then we're going to get out to go play games and win games.
Give us an idea of when you come in, you see the facilities. They got all this. You're going to live here. You know how it is. You know what it's like, right?
Man,
it's got to be like, you got to like the guys. You got to like the guys you're with.
Yeah.
And you got a great environment and all that stuff. So, you land here. What's the next thing? What have they told you about your schedule, about actually getting in here, putting some cleats on, and doing some stuff?
Oh well, I'm going to come here as soon as OTA starts. I'm a new player with this team. I don't know really anything that's going on other than I got the same O-line coach, and I know a lot of people on staff and a couple of the players. So I need to be here so I can understand what's going on, so I can learn my way around this facility, so I can develop great relationships with the training staff and the strength staff, and just get them to see what type of person I am as a player on and off the field.
And you got to learn like the verbiage, the offense as much as you can, the offense's verbiage and how the things are the same, but they're called different. The whole vernacular.
And the best way to learn is through repetition. That's really what it's all about. And the only way I'm gonna get repetition is if I'm here. So that's the whole point.
And you've seen, Rodger, this is a team that has come awfully close the last couple of years. They're trying to get over that hump. They're trying to win the conference, to go to the big game. You went to the big game. You went to the Super Bowl with the Rams in 18. What do you think you can lend to a team that is desperately trying to get over that hump to get to the ultimate game?
Honestly, I think it just comes down to experience. I've been in the AFC Championship, NFC Championship, Super Bowl, and though I wasn't successful every single time, I've developed a lot of experience through those times. And one thing that I know is that when you come down to these big games, it's like mistakes have to get so small You know, the small things really, really do matter. And if we could do that consistently, like, who knows where we can go from there. My thing is that if I'm going to be here, you know, I'm going to go after that goal. You know, usually I like to sit back like, hey, I want to see how we're going to do. Like, I want to make sure that we're good. You know, I want to get a good feel of the team. I don't have that much time to do that. So, you know, I got to get it while the getting's good. And you know, I know that this team has all the components. It's like, how do we bring everything together? And I'm just hoping to be another piece that maybe has some way to talk to somebody that brings it together.
You were on the Tennessee Titans last year. You guys were the 1 seed.
Yep.
Gaming out. Bills come in. They went, you know, 1 game deeper. They were the wild card, and then they got to the next day, you know, same weekend.
Yep.
What's your advice? I mean, how did the Tennessee team handle their, you know, go from the 1 seed to 1 and done, and then the Bills coming down, they got a team beat, and 13 seconds later they don't have them beat. What's your advice, and how do you handle? Like, this is it's a tough off season for Bills fans and the players, knowing they were so close and an opportunity's gone away that they're never going to get back again, because now you know it. You're on a different team now. It's the new Bills team. It's a new opportunity, obviously. But how do you handle the past regrets and the losses and use it to go forward?
Trust the process. It's all about the process. Whatever the process is that coach is going to talk about, that's what I'm going to believe in. That's what I'm going to adopt. That's what I'm going to eat, sleep, and think about. And that's what I'm going to believe in through the entire course of our time together. So the best way to do that is keeping your guys accountable. Like, hey, is this a part of the process? Is what you're doing right now a part of the process? Because if it's not, we got to let it go and we got to keep moving forward. And I'm just hoping to be, you know, another piece that's going to help bring that more to life.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you're the grinder you say you are, you're going to be speaking the same language as Sean McDermott. He's cut from the same cloth as you are. Last one I got for you, though. You've obviously watched Josh Allen play from afar. You guys played them head-to-head a couple of times each of the last 2 years. I'm just curious because we live, sleep, and breathe Bills football, and we see Josh every snap. I'm just curious from the outside looking in, what are the impressions of, you know, playing with a quarterback like Josh now?
Man, I mean, we see a big arm. We see big talent. He's able to run the ball. I mean, these QB design runs are like a dream. You telling me that this guy can just run through any hole? You know what I mean? He's able to drop his pads on people. He's able to jump over people. I mean, he does some just wild, just exciting stuff. I mean, every time he rolls to his right, I get nervous. I'm just like, oh, this is it. And literally, it's a touchdown every time. So, you know, I know about this guy because, of course, you know, we kind of developed this rivalry with the Titans, right? You know what I mean? Over the years, we kind of developed this rivalry. And, you know, one thing that we did was break down, you know, strengths and weaknesses. So, you know, I feel like I know this guy so much now. Now I just need to meet the guy. You know, I just need to meet
and get ready for plays to last a little bit longer.
Absolutely. Get those thighs ready, man. You're ready to sit down and play.
Rodger, thanks so much for spending some time with us. Congratulations. Welcome to Bills Mafia and all of that.
Oh, man, I'm excited about this Bills Mafia, man.
Cool.